Introduction. A sigh of relief. The UK's inflation rate has recently shown signs of easing, bringing a wave of relief to both consumers and policymakers. After months of relentless price hikes, this dip, however marginal, offers a glimmer of hope that the worst might be behind us. For the average citizen, grappling with the escalating cost of living, this news is a welcome reprieve. However, the question remains, is this a temporary blip or an indication of a sustained downward trend? The recent dip in inflation, while encouraging, needs to be examined within the broader economic context. The causes behind this shift are multifaceted and require careful consideration. Are we witnessing a genuine reversal in the inflationary spiral, or simply a momentary pause? Deciphering this puzzle is crucial for understanding the long-term implications for the UK economy. As we delve into the intricacies of this development, it's essential to remember that economic indicators are rarely straightforward. The current situation demands a nuanced perspective, one that acknowledges both the positive signs and the lingering uncertainties. The price we pay. Unveiling the triggers. The recent easing of inflation can be attributed to a confluence of factors, both domestic and global. The Bank of England's successive interest rate hikes have played a role in cooling down demand, thereby impacting prices. Additionally, the easing of global supply chain disruptions, which were a major contributor to the initial inflationary surge, has also helped stabilise prices in certain sectors. However, it's crucial to acknowledge that these factors are intertwined with broader economic forces. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine continues to exert upward pressure on energy prices, a key driver of inflation. Moreover, the lingering effects of Brexit, particularly in terms of trade and labour mobility, cannot be ignored. The interplay of these complex variables makes it challenging to pinpoint a single cause for the recent shift in inflation. Understanding the root causes of the recent inflation dip is essential for formulating effective policy responses. While the current easing offers some respite, the underlying factors that contributed to the initial surge remain largely in play. Addressing these fundamental issues will be crucial for ensuring long-term economic stability. Ripple effects. Navigating the economic landscape. The recent dip in inflation, though modest, has tangible implications for both consumers and businesses. For households grappling with the rising cost of living, this offers a much-needed breathing space. The slowdown in price increases, particularly for essential goods and services, translates into a slight easing of the financial strain felt by many. However, businesses face a more complex scenario. While easing inflation can boost consumer confidence and spending, it also brings challenges. The uncertainty surrounding the sustainability of this trend makes it difficult for businesses to plan for the future. Moreover, the ongoing economic volatility, fueled by geopolitical tensions and supply chain disruptions, continues to pose significant risks. Navigating this economic landscape requires a careful balancing act. Businesses need to adapt to the evolving situation, seeking opportunities while mitigating potential risks. Consumers, while enjoying a brief respite from relentless price hikes, must remain cautious and plan for potential future fluctuations. Section 4. Crystal ball gazing, expert opinions and government responses. Economists and policymakers are cautiously optimistic about the recent dip in inflation, but opinions on its longevity are divided. Some experts believe this marks the beginning of a sustained downward trend, citing easing supply chain pressures and the Bank of England's monetary policies as key drivers. Others, however, caution against premature celebrations, highlighting the persistent uncertainties stemming from geopolitical tensions and global economic volatility. The UK government faces the daunting task of responding to this evolving situation. While the recent easing of inflation offers some breathing room, the underlying economic challenges remain significant. Addressing the cost of living crisis, supporting businesses through uncertain times, and fostering sustainable economic growth are top priorities. The government's approach will likely involve a combination of fiscal and monetary measures aimed at stimulating economic activity while keeping inflation in check. Striking the right balance between these competing objectives will be crucial for navigating the current economic landscape and ensuring a stable and prosperous future. Section 5. The long view. A sustainable shift or fleeting respite. The recent dip in UK inflation poses a critical question. Is this a sign of a sustainable shift towards price stability or merely a fleeting respite from a relentless upward trajectory? The answer, unfortunately, remains shrouded in uncertainty. The global economic landscape is in constant flux, and predicting the long-term trajectory of inflation with any degree of certainty is a formidable challenge. The factors that contributed to the initial surge in inflation, such as supply chain disruptions and geopolitical tensions, are still very much in play. While some of these pressures may be easing, others, like the conflict in Ukraine, continue to exert upward pressure on prices. Moreover, the long-term impact of Brexit on the UK economy, particularly in terms of trade and labour mobility, is yet to be fully understood. In this context, it's crucial to approach the recent dip in inflation with cautious optimism. While the current easing offers a welcome reprieve, it's essential to remain vigilant and prepared for potential future fluctuations. The path towards sustained price stability is likely to be long and winding, requiring careful monitoring, adaptability, and a willingness to adjust course as needed. Section 6. Conclusion: cautious optimism in uncertain times. The recent easing of inflation in the UK offers a glimmer of hope in what has been a turbulent economic period. For consumers struggling with the rising cost of living, this dip, however marginal, provides a much-needed respite. Businesses too stand to benefit from increased consumer confidence and spending. However, the sustainability of this trend remains uncertain, and the underlying economic challenges persist. Navigating this complex landscape requires a nuanced perspective, one that acknowledges both the positive signs and the lingering uncertainties. The global economic outlook remains volatile, and the UK is not immune to these global forces. The government faces the daunting task of steering the economy through these turbulent waters, balancing the need to support businesses and consumers with the imperative of maintaining fiscal responsibility. The coming months will be crucial in determining whether the recent dip in inflation marks a turning point or merely a temporary blip. The path forward will require careful monitoring, adaptability, and a willingness to adjust course as needed. In these uncertain times, cautious optimism coupled with prudent planning offers the best approach to navigating the UK's economic future.